See, I think social media as a platform or as a technology is becoming extremely relevant for the corporates. There are multiple ways by which you use social media technology or social media platforms, to enhance your brand. So what comes to my mind is that, look at companies like us who are more like business to consumer kind of companies, where your consumers are interacting on the social media and they're leaving a footprint there, and that footprint could be in the form of appreciation, that you need to know what people are liking, what your consumers are liking, and also they are giving you feedback through the social media platform. So one dimension of a corporate use of corporate social media in the corporates is that, are you listening to your customers, who could be young, who could be people who are trying to use your products and trying to give you feedback on that, and what is it that you do. So from a consumer brand perspective, I think it becomes extremely important that you as a company, as a corporate, are trying to pay enough attention to it. So that's one dimension of social media. The other dimension is the employee dimension. Now the employee dimension has got two aspects. One aspect is the internal employees that you have, people who are working with you, and second dimension is the people who you want to attract from the market into your company. My belief is that both these dimensions are extremely important from a social media perspective. One is that, can you as a company or a corporate use social media platform for engaging your internal employees? So can you create a Facebook kind of a infrastructure, whether you use Facebook as is or you use Facebook kind of a technology, which is social media technology, create your own corporate Facebook, I would call it, and start putting people on on your internal corporate Facebook and see if you can create engagement around it. Now many companies are trying that and they've been quite successful. It may not be easy to do it, but yes, companies have started trying that. Another mechanism for you to create engagement is that you use Web 2 technology to create a lot of engagement in the internal staff, run competitions, contests around it. You can use it as a platform for idea generation. Now, when you use it for idea generation, that builds engagement inside the company, and some of those ideas which get generated can be used by the companies to look at carrying out process improvement projects and all that. So that's one dimension of social media on the internal employee side. Now, if you look at prospective employees, I think all your prospective employees, especially the younger lot which has got used to social media, has already started scanning the footprint that your company has left on social media, and then they take decisions based on that. So they would go to LinkedIn, look at the profiles of the people who are working in your company. They will go and look at things like Glassdoor and say, what is it that people are talking about your company on Glassdoor. I would say that a certain element of social media comes into play when people are trying to take a call about your company. So the decision is getting impacted in terms of what people are reading about your company in the social media. I would say the company should get very cognizant of that, and what they should do is that they should start looking at how people are talking about their companies outside in the social media, and how can you start influencing it. So rather than reacting it, you adopt it, go out and start talking about your brand before people start talking about your brand, both positively and negatively. So that's the way you start making intervention. So sum it up, I would say I think it plays a very, very important role. You need to look at the consumer side of social media. You need to look at internal employees, and then you need to look at your external prospective employees who you want to attract inside the company. And you must have an integrated strategy for all these three important elements.